Hello everyone, this is Stephanie, your CSA coach, and it is week 17 of our 2025 CSA season. We have, after this week, 7 more weeks left to the season. Make sure you're paying attention to your emails, make sure you're reading them thoroughly. They come out usually on Mondays around noon. So jumping right into this week's share, we have hot peppers. Hot peppers are stored in the crisper drawer of your fridge. You got to pick 4. There were 6 different varieties. This is obviously a jalapeno. Basically, you're using these to add heat to a dish. So things like chilies or soups, salsas. If you still have tomatillos, you can add them to that. There's a great recipe for hot pepper honey on the website. That's what I plan on making this week. I might also pickle some, so do pickled hot peppers. There's a hot sauce on the website, and I know some people have done hot sauces paired with, mine pairs it with peaches, and I feel like there was a couple other hot sauce recipes that have been posted. So if you accumulate, the peppers last a while. If you accumulate a bunch, you can make a big batch of hot sauce also. If you want less heat in your dish, remove the seeds and the membranes from the inside. That will take some of the heat out. Otherwise, keep those in for additional heat. If you want to freeze these, chop them up. I usually measure them or label my bag. So 1 jalapeno, 2 jalapenos, something like that. And put them in a Ziploc bag and freeze them. Easy to use for dishes in the wintertime. So those are our hot peppers. We have sweet peppers, lots of sweet peppers in the shares, stored in the crisper drawer of your fridge. These are great just eaten chopped up as a snack, which is what I was doing yesterday with some leftover ones from last week. The recipe from last week, sausage scallopini, used a lot of peppers. I actually just remade that again this week. It's a hit in my house. It's easy to use leftovers for lunches, and it uses a lot of peppers. You can also freeze these. You can make stuffed peppers. You can do sheet pan fajitas, which is the batch that we just got today. That's what I plan on getting company this weekend, so I'm gonna make a big batch of sheet pan fajitas, and that uses up a lot of peppers. We have fingerling potatoes. Fingerling potatoes get stored in a cool, dry place. You can throw them into a paper bag and then put them in a cool, dry place if you want. These are great roasted, they're great grilled, they're great sauteed in a pan. Probably like a month ago, about 4 weeks ago, I did a roasted fingerling fries. Those were really good. You can air fry them also, but they're super tasty, and you can interchange all the different potato recipes. The flavors between our different varieties of potatoes will slightly change the flavor of the dish, but they are all starchy and can be used interchangeably. So those are our fingerlings. We have fennel. Fennel gets stored in a Debbie Meyer green bag or a large plastic bag in the fridge. You can do fennel sun tea. I know that recipe is on the website. I've done a bunch of different recipes with fennel. We grilled ours last week, so I just cut the stems and fronds off the bulb, used them for a different use, and then just lightly cut the bulb in half, lightly brushed it with oil, a little bit of salt and pepper, and we just grilled it and had that as a side. You can eat it raw, you can grill it, you can roast it, and you can saute it, and you can, if you saute it and do it at a low heat for a while, it will caramelize, and that's yummy also. I know I'm missing a bunch of things with fennel. I can't think of anything else right now. It's really good in salads because of that dark licorice flavor. I like to thinly slice it, like really thinly slice it, and throw it into a salad. So that's another option also. We have onions. If your onion has a papery covering on the outside, then feel free to just store it in a cool, dry place. This one does. If some of the varieties or some of the ones we're getting, like last week, mine were not, did not have the papery covering, so I put them in the fridge. They'll just last longer. But these we can eat raw, we can thinly slice them, put them on salad, we can roast them, we can grill them. Lots of veggies that you could do in grill packets this week. You could do a roasted sheet pan meal. The sausage scallopini from last week's recipe requires onions, and also the sheet pan fajita recipe requires onions. So those are options also. We have bok choy. Bok choy is stored in a, going back to the onion. If it does not have the papery covering stored in the fridge, if it does, then store it in a cool, dry place. Do not store your onions with your potatoes, so keep them separate. They will make each other go bad. Okay, now jumping into bok choy. Bok choy, you're going to put in a Debbie Meyer green bag or some sort of Ziploc bag. I use a Debbie Meyer green bag, it works better. This can be eaten raw. You're gonna store it in the fridge. This can be eaten raw, or it can be chopped up. It's most often cooked. So the whites, obviously, of the bok choy are thicker than the leaves. So when you go to cook it, chop up the whites like you would a celery, chop up the leaves, throw the white part in first, saute that with like garlic and onion, and then throw your leaves in. They will only need a couple minutes just to quickly saute. This is great in stir fries. There's a sesame bok choy on the website. You could make kimchi with it. Definitely add to stir fries. So lots of options there. It is most often cooked. We have basil. Basil, I already took the rubber band off and threw it into a jar of water, room temperature. Do not put this in the fridge. Basil is great in dressings. It's great with, if you still have tomatoes, it's great to make pestos. I like to just chop it up and put it on salads also. We have a watermelon. Watermelon is best stored in the fridge. If you don't have space in the fridge, then it's fine on the counter for a few days, but it's nice to have it in the fridge, and it keeps the flavor a little bit longer. Best eaten probably within the next few days. It'll be sweetest. Chop it up, eat it as a snack. There was a recipe for a watermelon salad. You can also chop it up and do like a watermelon salsa. We have a lot of fruit if you're getting the fruit chairs, so you could just do a big fruit salad. I know we got apples, and I think we got peaches and apple pears, and the watermelon, you could just chop everything up and throw it into a big bowl for a salad. Watermelon pairs really well with something like cottage cheese or with yogurt. So you could serve it like that as a side. Salad mix. Salad mix is stored just like this in the fridge. I don't like to touch it or mess with it until I'm ready to use it. Once I'm ready to use it, I throw it into a bowl of water or a sink filled with water, swish it around, get it out, throw it into my salad spinner, get it nice and dry, and then just lightly dress it. You can use it as the base of a larger salad, or you can just simply dress it and serve it as a side, just a mixed green side. Also, these can be used in place of like lettuce. So you can use it on burgers, you can use it to chop it up and use it on tacos. So anything you would need a lettuce, even though it's a small leaf, you can still chop it up. This week we have spinach. So spinach is stored the same way as our salad mix. Leave it in the bag, don't handle it until you're ready to use it. Depending on how much spinach the farm has, this may be replaced on Thursday by arugula. Same basic idea for storage and for use. So spinach can be eaten raw. It can also be cooked. I prefer it raw. The spinach from the farm is fantastic and full of flavor. Same thing with the arugula. Can be cooked down, can be added to like pasta dishes and things like that, but I think personally it's best raw. So you can simply dress them and serve it as a side. You can add, I'm pretty sure I'm going to focus this week's recipe on spinach. But it'll be, if you end up getting arugula on Thursday, you can interchange arugula with it also. But a great base as a salad. Also throw it on sandwiches. Pairs really well with eggs. You can do a simple saute, so refer to our like simple sauteed greens recipe, and also there's a PDF. So garlic, onion, little oil, throw it in a pan, quick saute, and serve it as a side. That's an option as well, but stored in the fridge for both of those. That is it for this week, I think. Any questions, please make sure you post them to our Facebook group. I will see you guys all again next Tuesday.